Are you ready to manifest money overnight? It could be any sum of money you would like, whether you want $100, $1,000, $100,000, $1,000,000. Let's manifest and manifest it fast. That is what this video is all about. I am here to help you reach your financial goals and more, get you financial abundance in 2024 and beyond. Let's guide you towards your best life ever. All of your money dreams will come true. I used to have $20 to my name. Now I'm a millionaire. You can do the same thing because it is possible to manifest money overnight. I'm going to give you a specific list of things that you should do to make this your reality and things you need to avoid. So make sure to watch this video till the very end. Take notes. You're not going to want to miss a single step. Okay, so you can manifest this money overnight because anything is possible. If you are not familiar with the word manifestation, basically, manifestation is this idea that your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, what you contemplate on all day long will in fact turn into physical reality, into your tomorrows, including all of the money that you have or all of the money that you don't have. I know this from personal experience and I know it works because I am someone who used to be broke. Yes, broke. As I said, I had $20 to my name. I think at one point I didn't have a single dime to my name. I used to work 3 minimum wage jobs. And in doing this, I was completely burnt out, exhausted all of the time. I never had any money, unexpected debts all of the time, never got to get away, never had enough money to pay my rent or my mortgage. Even if I had a house, it would be foreclosed upon. I claimed bankruptcy 3 times. I went without cars, public transportation, couldn't even get a bank account because my credit score was that low, homeless, living in a scuzzy motel, not knowing what I was going to do tomorrow, not knowing if I would have enough money to survive. I hit the lowest of lows, and now I am reaching the highest points possible. I live in my dream house. I work for myself. I travel the world first class. I spend all of my time doing whatever I want, working my own hours, and saving homeless cats all the time because it's my highest and greatest passion. I get to do whatever I want, and I have all of the money that I want, and I love teaching other people how to do the same thing with their own life. I know it's possible, and these exact steps will in fact work for you. Now, my life changed when I discovered what deliberate manifestation is because see, you're manifesting already. What is happening in your life is coming through you. As within, so without. Everyone is you pushed out. Everything that is happening from within has to be expressed in the screen of space, in your tomorrows. If you would like this money overnight, it is possible. No one gets to decide the outcome but you. Don't start guessing where it's going to come from, how it's going to happen, whether or not your job can pay that much. Let's stop and do your job, which is to live in the end result of what you want. Now, before, when I was broke, I was going about things wrong because I was struggling against my circumstances. And that's probably what you've been doing too. You've been struggling against your circumstances, trying to think of logistical ways to fix this. And each time you try, you have probably wound up with more bills, more debts, sinking lower and lower because you have to realize it all starts from within. If you can change what is within you, life around you has to change. Now, if after this video you feel you need one-on-one help, I am totally here for you. Studywithveronica.com. I have a Financial Abundance Forever course. It comes with a free 10-minute bonus phone call with me. We will do a coaching call. I will talk to you. I will personally hold your hand and help you through this. I am here for you. You can also enroll in my free course. It is there as well. I am here to help. Okay, so let's get on with these steps because I know you can't wait to manifest that money overnight. And the very first step is picking the exact sum of money you want. Now, I don't want you to pick what you think is logistical. I want you to pick that sum of money to receive overnight that would be absolutely perfect to wake up to tomorrow. Perfect for you. Because I do believe we manifest things faster. They're aligned with our truest idea of our perfect life. So don't pick something like $1 billion because you think, well, then I'll never run out of money. Pick the amount of money you want overnight. The amazing thing is that when you need more money, you can just refer to this video again and manifest it again. So let's first manifest the amount of money you need by tomorrow that you desire that would be perfect for your life. Okay, so do you have that amount of money in mind? Have you called it out loud, shouted it to the moon, written it down? I don't care which way you did this. Just in fact, identify it. Say, I want this now. I want it by tomorrow. This is mine. Just say it. Say, I deserve to have this amount of money by tomorrow. And say, thank you. Say thank you. Okay, next step. The first thing you're going to do is address limiting beliefs because trust me, you have a lot of limiting beliefs whether or not this is going to happen. In fact, when I said it could happen, you probably said, yeah, right. How on earth? She's crazy. You probably said a lot of that. So we're going to address those specific limiting beliefs that are holding you back from receiving this money overnight. If you think of a limiting belief as like a roadblock, so it's like you're trying to get to the destination and you literally can't because the road is under construction. Like these limiting beliefs are causing delays in the receiving of what you want, what you need, what can otherwise flow to you. So it's like a barrier in between you and the money you want to receive. So you identify limiting beliefs by noticing them and write them down. Don't be afraid of them. In fact, merely just identifying them will, in fact, set you free from them because you recognize, well, this is just a limiting belief. This doesn't actually have to be true at all. Yes, maybe this has been true before in the past, but this no longer has to be true in my life. And if I want to receive this amount of money overnight, I better start deciding to pull back my passionate feelings towards the truth of these statements. So you challenge them, you recognize them, you notice that they're there. You stop pretending that they aren't there because you're not supposed to think those things. You recognize them, you set yourself free from them. Write them down. When you write them down, it's like, wow, these don't have to serve me anymore. Goodbye. You could also try some positive statements like money flows to me easily and freely. I am deserving of all of the money in the world. I give thanks that a way will be made. This is an abundant universe, a powerful universe, and I believe in the power of good and the power to receive. Ask and you shall receive. Next, you're going to make friends with money. You're no longer going to be seeing it as your enemy. In fact, when I said the word money or when I'm saying the word money, you might get this yucky feeling in your stomach like gross money. Money hates me. Money is so hard to get. Again, those are limiting beliefs. So things like that. But you might have like all of this resistance around money. Like money is not your friend. You don't feel all warm and fuzzy when you think of money like millionaires and billionaires do, but they've in fact leveled up their feelings of money. So we're going to start seeing money as a friend. Even if it's been your mortal enemy up until this point, we're going to start seeing it as a potential new BFF that adores you, that is obsessed with you, that cannot get enough of you. So you're going to start cultivating a positive relationship with money. And you do this by first identifying it can be possible. So you see it as a friend, as a loving protective figure, even like a guardian angel, as like a father figure that will take care of you and give you anything that you want. So we see money in a beautiful way as something that there's more than enough of. You don't want to say something like there's not enough to go around. Like, again, that's a limiting belief. So if you do, mark it down. In fact, refer back to that last step as many times as you need to. And another way that you can start to become friends with money is when you spend money, try to not feel it is escaping you. Instead, feel, I am so grateful that I get to spend this money and I know it will return to me multiplied. Next, you're going to start expanding your awareness of where you think money can come from. And you do this by not forming the assumption that you know everything about how money can come to you, because I'm going to bet that money can come to you in very unexpected ways. And I'm going to prove my point. In fact, you've probably had unexpected expenses come up that you never could have seen coming. So doesn't it stand to reason that money could also come to you in the most unexpected ways that you never saw coming? Like if it could be taken away from you in the most unexpected ways you never saw coming, why couldn't it just be granted to you in the same way? There's duality to everything. So if you've been experiencing a lot of money escaping you, let's start shifting your focus to the fact it's also possible for money to just freely come to you more than enough in ways you never could have expected. So we expand our consciousness, we expand our awareness, we expand what we think is possible. Those are our assumptions, essentially. That's our belief system. It's like we're rewiring our belief system. Okay, things to avoid. So important. Let's stop obsessing about your limiting beliefs and providing evidence as to why these things will permanently exist in your life. Nothing is permanent. Yes, you have evidence as to why this was the truth before in the past, like your limiting beliefs did play out as truth before in the past, but now you are taking a step to break free from those limiting beliefs. You are releasing them from you. You are no longer buying into the lie of limitation and lack. So we're going to stop obsessing about the reasons why these limiting beliefs provide validity in your life. So we're going to just start minimizing them. Stop passionately thinking about them. Stop passionately referring to them as true. Let's stop living in the past. I'm sure you've had a lot of money failures before in the past. I did, but I broke free from those. Those did not define me, and likewise, your money failures do not define you. Next step is don't avoid your limiting beliefs. You know how I said in the other steps to do to identify them? Definitely don't skip this because you say to me, well, what you focus on grows. So if I notice my limiting beliefs, I'm going to somehow accidentally manifest them. No, you won't. If you continue to try to avoid your limiting beliefs or replace them with positive affirmations, all you're going to do is try to suppress them. And what you suppress persists. It will grow underneath the surface, get all angry and fired up like a tornado or a whirlwind, and it will soon explode. And you're not going to manifest the money overnight. So let's not try to ignore our limiting beliefs or pretend that they're not there. Let's address them head on. Realize they are not permanent. Realize where there is a will, there is a way. You don't have to have it all figured out. Like again, you do not have to figure out how this money comes to you. All you need to do is know that it's possible, address your limiting beliefs, try to soothe yourself through them, and keep forging ahead until the money you want becomes your reality. And it can happen as fast as the next morning. If you apply this properly and you dive wholeheartedly all in, I guarantee you, you will manifest that money and more. Another thing to do is to really notice if you are making negative what if statements. You know, I talked about creating positive what if statements, especially basing them on your fears. But are you doing what if statements without even realizing you're doing them? And they're actually really bad what if statements. Like, what if my car broke down? What if I couldn't pay this bill? What if I went into debt? All these yucky things. Like, are you doing this without even realizing you're doing this? A lot of these negative statements, these negative what if statements you've been saying for so long that you may not even be noticing that they're there. So let's really start paying attention to what the heck is going on in your mind. And are you saying negative what ifs? And if you are, why? Why? You have the power to choose any thought process you want right now and to put your faith and conviction in anything. So why are you putting it in that just because that was true for you before in the past? If you do not want that to be true for you in the future, you have absolute dominion control over what you think, what you feel, where you put your awareness. It is all within you. Your subconscious is not so screwed up that it will not listen. Like these subconscious beliefs will in fact go away. Your subconscious is like a sponge. It'll pick up pretty much anything. So nothing is there like permanently. Next thing to avoid is stressing about how or trying to figure out how I get there or concocting a plan to get there. If you want this money overnight, definitely throw out the hows because I'm going to guarantee that if you set an intention to receive a certain amount of money overnight, especially something like $100,000, your ego and your fear and your anxiety is going to immediately say, well, how on earth is that even possible, even feasible? Why would I get on board with something like that? Like that doesn't exist, but it does exist. People make that much money all of the time. People have money. Money flows. There are plenty of rich people in this world. Like go to a designer mall and see all of the money being spent. People have money. And you can be one of those people too. You do not have to be one of the people suffering at Walmart and struggling to come up with enough money to pay for groceries. Like you do not have to be that anymore. So let's really make a conscious effort to not focus on the hows or to try to figure it out or to try to devise a plan. I'm not saying not to be productive with your time and not to do things that feel at one with your creative flow and at one with earning money. I'm not saying to stay at home and watch TV all the time and expect $100,000 to reach you overnight. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is to use your good common sense. Free yourself from the burden of trying to figure out how it works, how it happens. Do things that feel aligned with your creativity and you're aligned with your purpose of making money. We're all good at making money. We're all good at making more than enough money. So engage in your talents and your ways to give back to the world. And I guarantee you that the hows won't even matter anymore because the hows will be created for you. It will come in a way you never would have guessed. And that's the amazing thing about life is being surprised and delighted when it happens. Let's also avoid holding tightly onto money. Now, I'm not saying to just spend it in a frivolous way. But let's not hold on to it for fear and in a way that suggests that we will never have enough. Because when you pinch pennies to such a degree that it becomes obsessive and compulsive, then you're sending out the signal that you do not feel that you are worth money. You do not feel you deserve it. You do not feel it's going to come easily. Again, this doesn't mean to spend money that you don't have. Let's not hold on to it for dear life. Let's allow ourselves the freedom to spend it with love and with joy in a way that feels purposeful. And let's really be mindful of how we spend money, how we feel about money, how we feel about saving money. And of course, we all like to get a good deal, but let's not go out of our way to save, $1. And in doing so, we've spent all of this time, we've wasted all of this time that could have been actually spent making more money, doing something else, or receiving money in another way. And now we've wasted all this time because we thought we had to pinch pennies, save the dollar. And instead, we've in fact blocked the flow of money to us because during that time frame where we're thinking we have to save, we have in fact wasted time that could have otherwise been used to receive more money. See what I'm getting at? How that doesn't make any sense. So let's get out of the scarcity of having to have everything on sale, having to hold on to money for dear life, forcing yourself to put it away for a rainy day. Again, I'm not saying to be stupid and to not save some money, but let's not be preoccupied with this idea of having to do that. Otherwise, you are foolish with money. You have to have a healthy balance of feeling good about money, feeling able to spend it, and feeling confident that it will in fact return to you. Now, try not to compare yourself to others. As I mentioned before, plenty of other people have money. They can spend money. Try not to be jealous of these people, or try not to compare yourself to maybe other people who are in your field that are making more money, or competitors or competition. Let's try to stop comparing ourselves to others. Like, don't compare yourself to your best friend who's living in her dream home and you're living in an apartment that's a studio. She got there first. That's okay. Let's not compare yourself and then use it as a means of feeling bad about yourself and as a means of feeling bad about how you can have money. Let's just let all of that go. Realize you are on the right path. Money will reach you at the right and perfect time. And yes, it's coming by tomorrow. And just feel the flow and the fun of money. And no more comparisons as a means of feeling bad about yourself. Try to also avoid losing patience. For example, if you do not see any results right away, don't just throw this idea of manifestation out the window. You are putting down the blueprint of what you will receive, and you are changing and rewiring your money habits, your money beliefs. And yes, you can have this money by tomorrow, but remember, it's only the beginning. It is not the be all end all. That's why I said not to set the amount as like $1 trillion, because we're not looking at this to be one time in terms of manifesting money, but rather the start of something big in your life where you get to have money, spend money, have more than enough money for all of your dreams, all of your goals, to be generous to yourself and to others. Another thing you definitely want to avoid is neglecting gratitude. I know how badly you want this money, and I know you want it by tomorrow, but let's not neglect what you already do have. Now, giving thanks for where you are at right now does not say, well, I am fine and I don't need any more money because I'm just also glad as to where I'm at right now. Like, it doesn't send the wrong signal to the universe. It doesn't like manifest the wrong thing or manifest complacency. It's not that at all. Finding gratitude even when you get like a penny on the ground, that's money that's manifested. So let's not neglect gratitude in this process. We're going to give thanks for everything, for the money we already have, the money we've spent before in the past, the items we have, the items we want to achieve, the home we currently live in, our dream home. That is an idea of the future, which we are being guided and directed towards. So we're sort of giving gratitude towards everything. Now, lastly, the biggest thing to avoid is overthinking and analyzing the situation. So definitely step out of your head a little bit, connect more with your heart, connect more with the idea of possibilities and being surprised in this world. So being wowed and delighted by life. That is what we are focusing on. So we are going to avoid going down the rabbit hole of analysis. Again, don't think you have to have it all figured out or otherwise it won't happen. Don't think you can't get on board with faith unless you have it all figured out or otherwise, why on earth have faith about this? Don't fear failure. Like, don't say, well, I'm not going to follow these steps because I'm so afraid of being disappointed. What do you have to lose? If you do not have the money that you want now, why not try this out? As I said, I mean, I am someone who came from the most humblest of beginnings. I was in rock bottom. And now I am living my dream life financially. So why can't you do the same? I am wishing you all of the best. And if you want my Financial Abundance Forever course, it details my personal experiences, the things that I went through, like it's based on my own experience. Studywithveronica.com and get my bonus 10-minute coaching call there as well. Let's set up weekly coaching calls. I want to guide you towards success. I want to be your own personal cheerleader. So let's get this done. Okay, so if you manifested the money overnight using this technique, shout it to the moon below. I want to hear your success stories, and I want you to have all of the money in the world, all the money that you need, and I want you to live a happy life better than your wildest dreams, because I know you can do it. Have an amazing rest of your day.